Okay, so we're back. Richard's gone. We're back. Hopefully you can hear me. So what happened last time and how did we end up in this warehouse? Anybody?
Sorry, I ran to get some socks. What was the question?
I said, so how did we end up in this warehouse? What happened last time? How did we get here? Just so everyone can remember.
Wait, hold up. Oh, I thought we were going back to the main characters. Did I miss something?
No, we're still...
Not yet.
No, not yet.
We're wrapping up combat first.
Ah, damn it. Hold on. Okay.
We were delivering the baby Rancor to one of the huts. That's what we're doing on this planet. The baby Rancor was stolen!
We went to a bar, we went to a CD bar. Lynn did a sexy dance. We then went to... wasn't another bar, was it? We went to a chop shop.
First, we went to the chop shop.
Oh, okay, you went to the chop shop first, then to a bar to get some information.
And we stole some speeders to trade for that information.
The hut is Luthen the Hut. And it was the Twi'lek's Twist.
That's right. That's where you got the information for. And Lynith did a dance on the stage for the owner. He then gave the location of a warehouse in the upper levels where the... I've forgotten the beastie's name was Gundark. Gundark claws were housing said baby Rancor. He also tried to make a business connection with Lynn in order to try and get to the surgeon who he'd heard through the grapevine was delivering the baby Rancor on that behalf. Nick's right, there were some speeders that were stolen. So originally you landed on the planet, left the Rancor in the warehouse as was instructed by Luthen's delivery options. Went to the bar with Captain Lace, who told you a very embellished story. For some of you have heard before, but didn't get the details exactly right the first time he told the story. You went then back to the warehouse where you found a body, who probably said "Gundarks forever" as he died from a Rancor wound in his chest. On that body, you found some matchboxes, which led you to the Twi'lek's Twist, and I've forgotten the other bar, but it was to do with the chop shop. Trassic found security footage that allowed you to see the number of people that were present in order to take the baby Rancor, of which it wasn't Orin, it was Kira at the time. Kira spotted that there was a Gundark painted on the side of a truck, and that it was a fast moving truck. You then stole speeders, took those speeders to the chop shop, where you spoke to Lynn's contact Cal, who gave you some money for the speeders, but then used that money to be traded for information, of which he didn't really give you too much, but very decidedly didn't want to do with any form of business to do with Luthen the Hutt. He then sent you to the Twi'lek's Twist, which was on the slightly lower levels, very seedy bar. In that bar, Trassic was eyed up by a couple of Transoceans. Kira watched a dice game. Remix and Guido provided bodyguard service to Lynn, who was negotiating some information and got paid for a pole dance on the podium, of which she attracted the attention of all of the bar and agreed to book in for the next evening, even though very clearly it's not going to happen. Lynn also gave her proceeds of 60 credits to the slightly older Twi'lek that she'd displaced from the stage before promptly heading back up to the warehouse district, where the warehouse that you currently are in or have sieged is the one that happened to be right next to your landing warehouse with Captain Lace. We then initiated a combat with an exploding wall, and Guido and Lynn providing cover fire from the skylights. Shots fired, punches and swords were thrown, and we pick it up right now with PC slot 1.
Boom, headshot.
Far away. Where are you going? Where are you shooting?
I would like to. Right. Would you allow me to, like, if I get the roll for it, would you allow me to do like a shot through at least 2 people?
No, I'm going to let you shoot at a minion group though, and if you score enough, you can kill 2 people.
Oh, okay. But I want the flavour, you know. Just
Well, you're using a projectile weapon.
yes.
So in combat, normally people would be firing several shots, in this room. That's why they can hit several things. You're going to shoot a projectile, which could go through 2 people if you roll enough.
Okay, that's all I want. I want the opportunity to be able to roll to make it happen.
Okay. So you're using average, so 2 purple, because I assume you're shooting at this group over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to be medium.
And like.
And if you roll a despair, you're going to shoot Remix.
Oh no! I swear it's not on purpose.
Careful.
Yeah, I'm trying. Hold on a second. Apologies, I don't have my character generator open. I know that it's 4 yellow anyway. And how many purple, sorry? You said
2.
2 purple. Cool beans. Let's do it! Oh, look at that. 4 success, 2 threats, 1 triumph. What are you going to give me? What are you going to give me, DM?
I'm going to give you a triumph. Well, you're shooting a minion group, so a triumph automatically kills a minion. Why can't I see this roll anywhere?
I promise you it's there.
Okay, there we go. So the dice roll hadn't updated. Okay, so a triumph automatically kills a minion. So 1 will die. And let's have your damage. So weapon plus 3.
Equip command. So be damage 8.
Plus 3, so 11. These guys have got...
9 hit points, right?
Pardon?
Fair enough.
No. Well, I'm going to say that you take out this guy right here because he was right in your line of sight.
Cool beans.
You managed to actually shoot through and beat enough soak to take out this guy. He's using a model 38. But you succeed in shooting through these people with your triumph, and you take out 2 guys that are in the back trying to weigh in on Remix. Disadvantages, though, I'm afraid, sir. They didn't know where you were before. Now they know. These guys down here have spotted you shooting through the window.
To be honest, I had expected them to clock me a lot earlier, given that this is just... So, I'll take that.
No worries. Right, I had to take a little stab at the dark of the initiative order because I had rubbed it off earlier this evening, but I do remember that it was PC slot and then it was the 3 NPCs which happened to be the leaders. Well, no, doesn't matter actually. 3 slots together and then it jumps back onto the players straight afterwards. So these 2 leaders down here, they're going to run all the way down. Ooh, dropped it there. They're going to run all the way down to... I'm just going to move Guido up 1. He's still upstairs, but just to be in range. And they're going to take some swipes at Trasic. Trasic can take it. He's a boss. So we need to... So first one, Nick. And the next one. Okay. So the first one comes in, Nick charges at you, Trasic charges at you and throws his knuckle-dusted fist at you. He hits you for 5, 6, 7, 8 damage and doesn't actually critical, just short of critical. It's just going to impose you a black die on your 2 damage. Okay, it's going to impose you a black die on your next check with the being punched in the face by a knuckle duster gives you a bit of a daze. And the other guy runs over and completely whiffs his swipe at your head. It wasn't exactly where he was aiming for because the other guy had made contact. He is therefore going to provide the gang members in front of you with a blue die because you're off balance, as it were, when they have a crack at you. This gang leader is going to move forward, and he's going to use his home turf ability and advise these guys over here, kill that spiky head dude. And they're going to give him an automatic advantage for their next roll.
What?
Okay. Over to the next PC.
I'll have it. So Remux swings his vibro sword at the mob in front of him. I'm rolling 2 yellow, 2 green, and 2 blue because I'm aiming, but also I get a blue from a new ability which I've just spent the experience that you gave us on. I now have an ability called Multiple Opponents, which gives me a blue if I'm fighting multiple opponents. There we go. Boom! Fuck yes!
Hang on one second.
Oh,
There's also 3 blues for the top player of the round, which Gary should have gotten, but we forgot, so we could probably give them to Remix.
Happy to do so. Also,
should I do a full reroll?
No, just draw the 3 blues to add them on.
Jesus. 3 success, 5 advantage.
That activates crits though, doesn't it, on your weapon?
Oh, yes! Yes, good point.
So, first one to hit, you add 2 damage. What's your damage from your weapon and your brawn? Roll.
So, damage 6, crit 2.
So you've got 6. So you've got 8 damage going through to the guys, and then you've got criticals. So you've got enough to roll 2 criticals.
And I'm rolling a D100 for that.
Well,
yeah?
You don't roll on minions, unfortunately. You just insta-kill them if you crit on them.
Brilliant.
So, how does Remix knock down 3 of these guys in one swing / sword play?
Oh, yeah. So his fighting style isn't flashing. It's very straightforward. So if it's 1 slash, I'm going to say he just does one big wide open swing, but he lifts his sword as he does the swing, and he decapitates as he does this big wide epic whirling dervish spin.
Nice.
That's a bit flashy, but yeah.
So the 3 guys that were in the arc of that swing all just fall to the ground, a bloody mess, varying slash angles that you've gone, where you've gone up and maybe even down or round or whatever.
Yeah,
they just fall to the floor. Oh great, I have to move that guy. They fall to the floor just in a load of corpse blood and splat.
Nice.
Okay, PC slot 3.
I will take that.
Okay.
So are these 2 in front of me? Sorry, to the north. They are not minions.
No, they are rivals, sir. And they're extremely streetwise, just in case you want to know.
Not really. Right, that's their code. Okay, so. Gary, that's interesting. We'll figure that out in a minute. Right, so. I am 1 black, you said. I am not moving, so I will take a aim maneuver that you can do with melee weapon somehow. And then I'm gonna go at these bossy looking dudes.
Okay.
So what are they? They just.
There's no adversary on it.
Okay. So 2 yellows, 2 greens, 2 purples, 1 blue, 1 black. Superb. Right. Sorry, I just had some weird pop up on it. So I am going to give. I am going to give all. Okay, so as individual ones, I will give 2. Fuck it, I'll give all 4 of them to the next player. Why not? Because with 2, you can, by the way, guys, with 2 of them, you can specifically give 1 to someone, or for 1, you can give 1 to the next active player. So, yeah,
Well,
all 4 next player.
That next player is either Lynn or Kira.
Kira can go. I just wanted to ask, can we come to a consensus with how we are tracking wound and strain in this little thing? Does 0 mean you're full health, or does 0 mean you're dead?
I'd say
Do it
0
your own way,
is,
right?
but that's my opinion.
Sorry, say again, Dan.
I would say count downwards. But the book officially says once the threshold is met, so you could count upwards. However,
Because you are taking wounds,
Yeah.
not reducing health.
however you feel is best for you.
Cool. Okay, Andrew, go.
I'm gonna aim and do a tail thing on the. If I can reach both, but at least the one that's closest to me. I unfortunately do not have my character sheet because I thought we were playing different ones and didn't sync with my Dropbox. But I'm pretty sure I was a yellow and 2 greens, so I'm gonna do yellow, 2 greens,
Can check that. We can go
2
down.
purple.
You were a yellow and 2 greens, and
And then 4 blues.
yeah, you got 4 blues on this one.
Two success, 2 advantage.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just
Can I-
going.
Can I use that to do a knockdown?
Yeah, I'm just going to get the stats because I can't remember them off the top of my head.
So it's brawl damage +1, crit 5,
It's
range,
actually
disorientate to a knockdown.
It's actually your agility. Because the the ability on it is you can change it from brawl to agility with your tail. I remember reading that in the thingy. Just give me a second. I'm just getting.
Which I think was. Which I can't remember. It was like
Knockdown is
probably
2
3.
advantage, by the way. Which you have, but
Why can I not find these stats?
I think my agility is 3 because that's the base of a Solonian, which I'm looking at. So I'm happy to go with that for now. If I was
Sure,
going to do
go
more
with it.
damage because I upped it, then that's too bad. That's my fault.
I can't find the stats. So go for it. Sorry. So what was the roll? It was 2. Okay.
Yes,
So
So
you're hitting the
plus
ground.
1.
Yep. So what was the total damage? Sorry.
So it'll be damage 4 plus the extra successes 5. Is it? I
Okay.
think.
So this guy in front of you, if I recall from last time, took a slap in the face with the tail. He takes another slap in the face with the tail, but he's still standing. Yeah. Would you like him knocked down, or are you going to use the advantages for something else?
I'd like to knock him down for some fun.
Okay, no worries. I shall put on this a falling over emoji, a snail emoji. There we go. Okay. No
Thank
worries. No problem. Right, so we're over to, that was PC slot 4, over to NPC 4. I'm going to take these guys right here. Guido, they're going to shoot at you. They're going to aim up at you. You're in cover because you're shooting down for a skylight, so they're going to have a black die on their attack.
Like 3/4 cover, full cover.
Well, I wouldn't say it's full cover, but
Okay.
they're going to have a black die on trying to shoot you. They're going to shoot you at medium range, and they're going to shoot you with their rifles,
Pew pew.
which is 2 skills. So 1 and 1 and 1. And I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade one of those dice from a green to yellow. Roll! They failed! Okay, so they shoot up at you, but you're the way you're angled, you're shooting down with a nice line of sight on the group. I'm using my hand to gesture, but it's not working. Line of sight on these guys. They've seen the barrel of the gun, they can just see you, but unfortunately they just fire up at you and just hit the surrounding roof. But it would probably alert you that some guys have seen you and were down at a different angle.
As that happens, she kind of like just pulls back, takes cover, hears the pew 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 pew, and then kind of just leans back over and is like, haha, you'll have to do better than that, slug chuffers. Like continues firing.
Okay, over to Lynn. Lynn's the last one in the PC slot row. You'll take yourself off mute, I think.
Yeah, that was what I was saying. We all took strain last week, didn't we? Before we came into this warehouse, I'm pretty sure you said, do you want to push on or do you want to have a rest? And then, so we all should have at least 1 strain, right?
I vaguely recall saying take 2 to continue it, but we'll go with 1 as it's not recorded, so go ahead.
Okay, cool. Lynn gets onto the comms and you hear her shout across to everyone, don't worry guys, we've got this. Let's burn these fuckers down. And let's see what happens. Oh wait, first I need to find out what range increment everyone is from you. Are they close?
Medium. These guys are medium because it's quite high up. These guys are medium. I'd say Guido may be short on the roof, but...
Oh god, that's shit. Never mind. Change of plan.
And what about the baby Rancor?
Well, he's having a lovely slumber right down here at medium range.
Change of plan. I am going to remain in my covered position. I will aim and I will just shoot.
Which group are you using at, please, sir?
I am going to keep dropping the mobs that are dominating on Remux and Kira. And it's 2 purples, right?
It is 2 purples, yes.
All right. So 2 successes with a light blaster, 6 damage.
6 damage, nice. So I'm just going to move these guys, delete them off because they're getting in the way. Okay. So this guy here, takes his shot and isn't very happy about it, but you sort of catch him on some armoured clothing. He goes, oh, right. And then he takes a swing straight at Remix, being his turn. Let's do it simple, right? Okay. In comes a swing from a truncheon. Over to you, Richard. That's coming to you. Oops. So, 2 purple. Green. You haven't got any black dice imposed on him, have you, Richard? No. Oh, he takes a swing. Wild swing as he goes along. After just being shot. He's going to impose a black die specifically on you, Richard, for Remix's turn, as he sort of pushes you back. The guy next to him is... I've actually missed an NPC somewhere, but anyway. The next guy next to him is also going to take a swing back at Kira. He's fed up of getting slapped in the face by this tail that keeps coming out of some ninja work that's going on. And he takes a swing. Oh.
Does he get up off the floor?
Yes, I'll use his manoeuvre to get off the floor. I should have aimed with the other guy. And then he'll take a swing at you. So, we have a triumph, which counts as a hit. So this truncheon comes swinging in, Andrew, forget your name, Kira, and connects with your jaw. It does 5 damage, minus your soak. And the guy looks very pleased with himself that he's stopped the tail from hitting himself in the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think I'd take 2 damage.
That's it. And I'm sorry I missed these NPCs over here. I missed them. They should have gone before Lynn. So, Nick, they're just going to take a swing at Trassic and probably not even connect because they are absolutely useless. Oh, they did. That is 6 damage coming your way. Please, sir. Yeah. They still hit you. Okay, back to the top of the round. PC slot 1. Who's going in that one?
The headshot. Unless anyone else wants to go.
So I get a blue if I'm fighting multiple opponents. I'd like to go before one of the 2 guys in front of me dies because I don't lose my blue.
Just go then. Claim the spot. Go.
I'm going to claim the spot. Okay. 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue, 1 black, and 2 purple. Go! Boom! Oh, yes.
Nice. This guy, and you can 2 for a critical, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so your sword is 6, so it's 8. You chop this guy down in front of you, and as you come, well, you can describe it if you wish to. I was going to describe it. As you come back off of your swing and go back round, you catch the other gang member, and they both fall into a loving embrace on the floor.
Oh, I'm very happy with that description. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay. NPC slots 1, 2, and 3. So these are the leaders. These 2 are just going to take swipes at Trassic again. Let's just get their stuff. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the first one. And the second one. So, Nick, the first one coming at you is 5, 6, 7, and the next one coming at you is 6. They haven't got any advantages. Oh, disadvantage. Let's add that. Not disadvantage, threat. I'm going to make them take a strain for that threat, Nick, unless you've got something else you want to do it for. If you're nodding, I have no idea what you're doing because I wasn't looking. No. Okay.
I can't see Nick. Can everyone else see Nick?
Yeah, I can see him.
Yeah, I can see him.
I'll reconnect.
Guessing you still can't see you.
Can't see him. I'm guessing he's doing something rude.
No.
Oh, I can hear you.
Sorry, you can
Yeah.
watch the YouTube
That's
video
it.
later.
The other NPC, the leader, is having seen all of his men cut down and the last one fall into a loving embrace. He's going to bang on the handrail and taunt Rimux. Well, I've said all this, but he's not even here to hear it. And we're going to make him move to here. Oh, I could actually shoot. I'm going to shoot.
Nah, you don't want to shoot.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to shoot.
Need to change that background picture, Richard, because it says DM and you're not anymore.
Very
Rimux,
true.
this gang leader here tapped on the handrail, slammed on the handrail, and was taunting you, and then ran towards you, and now he's going to shoot at you with his rifle, or pistol, master pistol.
Bring it.
Bring it.
As a mechanic, what does taunt do?
Nothing. It's just thematical. He's trying to. It's nothing to do with his mechanics. It's literally just trying to taunt. He's just seen him chop down his underlings, and he's now pretty upset, and he's going to run forward. And
So what does he shout, Dan? How does he taunt Remux?
Oh, off the cuff. Oi! That's it.
That would certainly draw my ire.
I'm so scared.
Oh, we connected. Pew pew. That is 8 damage, sir, coming at you from that blaster pistol shot.
Fucking hell, that's a good shot.
Yeah,
So I have soak 5, so 3
that's right.
damage.
Yep. You are correct.
And how does defense work again? I've got range defense 1.
So I should have rolled a black
Do you
die
have
on.
range defense 1 or melee defense 1?
I've got range defense 1, melee defense 2.
Oh yeah, because you got armor. Sorry. Yeah, I'll sharp.
So I got
Okay.
a threat. So I will. Is there anything you want to do there, Richard, or shall I just impose a strain
Just
against this
cancel out
guy?
that advantage.
Just cancel out the
Oh
advantage.
yes,
it's fine.
sorry. I'm fucking reading it as a separate roll. So beg your pardon. Okay. Next PC slot. PC slot 2.
I'd like to take a shot, please.
Yeah, this guy would have moved into your view, Gary,
Excellent.
and you've also could move slightly and shoot those guys. But you have to reload every time you fire, don't you? So.
So I'm not moving. Just gonna stay here, take a pot shot at this guy.
Okay.
This guy. Cool. Da. 2 purple.
That's the one.
Let's do it. The approach to the top. Boom. 1 success, 1 advantage.
Ooh, so it
8
connects.
damage.
8 damage. Okay, you shoot this guy. He staggers slightly as the shot connects, but he doesn't seem overly too hurt, and continues walking on his direction towards Remix, who he's taunted.
She, ponders to herself what could be the reason why while she reloads, calmly, ceremoniously, almost.
Would you like to use your advantage to do anything in particular? You could
What can I- what-
recover a strain, or you could give a blue die to the next person that goes.
I will give a blue to the next person.
Okay, no problem. Next person is PC slot 3.
Me. I'll claim that. In my quest for red mist. Jurassic swings again. He connects. He connects hard. He does 10 damage and a crit.
Okay. Can you roll your crit, please, sir? And which one were you hitting, left or right? This being left.
Right, let's say right.
Okay, no problem.
Just for telos. 63.
63. We have on
Oh,
63.
hang on. I tell you what I haven't done. Sorry. And I also didn't do it the last time. I have crit mod of plus 60.
Plus 60.
123.
Jesus.
Yep. The hired gun has talents which increase your crit.
Sorry, 123.
123.
This guy has been knocked senseless. The target is staggered for the remainder of the encounter. Ooh. And staggered.
What does that do? I don't actually know the
No,
status.
nor do I actually, for staggered. And to be honest with you, I need someone to quickly look it up for me while I continue, if that's okay. Because it's not on the...
I'll look it up, it's my effect, so that's...
Staggered, okay. Okay, PC slot 3. Nick, that connected, by the way, with the guy on the right. He kind of took the blow on his shoulder, and he still looks very angry.
I mean, yeah, if it's 10 damage, I would have hoped he took it.
Well, he took some. Okay, who's going next? I can see Kira's typing. If you don't pick, I'm going to choose someone.
I'm going last.
Richard. It's
You
you.
went first.
Okay. Right.
No, Richard's already been, hasn't he? On the round. Sorry, beg your
Yeah.
pardon.
I've
Okay.
already been on this round.
Gary, it's you.
I just went.
I can go then.
No, you didn't.
I
Yes,
did.
you did.
Because I shot
What
that guy.
am I lost track of?
It
1,
didn't.
2, 3. There you go. Oh, sorry, go on. Okay, Kira, it's you. It's
I'm
somebody.
gonna light blaster, like leader guy, like just sort of like poke
Okay.
around Remux and like shoot around.
No worries. He's moved into short range, so 1 purple, sir.
One purple. Can anybody tell me what? Oh no, I'm gonna have this problem with what the hell I roll.
With a light blast? Oh, yeah, your agility's 3, so it'll be 3 green. I don't know if you've got any upgrades to that on your character sheet.
I'm just gonna do 3 because I'm not too bothered. There you go.
Okay, so you connect. A light blaster does what, Ross? 5?
5.
5. So you connect with 7. You shoot this guy, get a good shot on him. He takes it, and he's still coming.
I'm gonna duck back behind Remux.
Okay, no worries.
I should have aimed, but hindsight.
Show us your hotel room. It's gonna be one of those love hotel rooms. It's gonna be amazing. Okay,
A
NPCs.
heart-shaped bed and a
Yeah.
vibrate function.
Water bed as well.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys down here are gonna take a swat at Trasic because they like
A swat, I love it.
Right, so 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. No. Okay, they're going to impose a black die on you, Nick, for your next check. I don't know how to
Okie
plan
dokie.
on that one.
That's fine. It's quite a nice room, Andrew.
It's very posh. These guys down here, they're the next ones because everybody else is dead. Oh, there we go. They're going to shoot again up at Guido in the ceiling. So they're going to have a black die for the cover. They're going to have their normal rolls, which is that and that. They're going to upgrade their check to have more bits and pieces, and they're going to use the maneuver to aim. Done it. Kapow! They connect. Ooh. 6, 7, 8, 9 damage they shoot you for, dear sir.
What?
Yeah, 9 damage. Now,
Damn.
they've got 2 threats. I'm going to give you the choice here, Gary, and what you would like to do with them. So,
Sorry,
you can-
before you do that. Sorry, before you do it. I have 2 soak, 9 damage. So that means I have 7 damage. Yes.
that's correct.
Cool. Thank you. Sorry, carry on.
So you have a choice on these ones. You can make an opponent immediately perform 1 free maneuver, so that would be you in response to the action. We can add blue dice to your next checks, or the active character and allied character is going to have black dice on their next turn. That's the threats. If you want to spend them however you choose.
Go for black dice.
I was thinking, yeah, give some black dice.
Okay, let's
to their
put,
next checks.
let's put a little sign on them. I will put poison and poison because I don't want to spend time looking for them. Okay, round to the last PC slot.
Lynn peeks her head over the top there and shouts out to the 2 guys that have just shot at Guido and says, "Look how your friends have fallen. You don't want to die like them. Join us. Fight for us. Join a good cause." And I want to try and make a charm roll to see if I can sway them.
Okay. I guess we can give it a go. So first,
I mean, if it's not charm, that's fine. Like,
Use
You
the
tell
light side
me.
point before Gary does.
okay, they've got really low willpower, and there's been a little death around here. So let's see what your roll is.
Okay.
They're only rolling
Is-
1 purple because their willpower.
is it
low.
contested?
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Because
add.
they've got black die.
They
from
have-
Gary.
They have. I'm going to add, thematically speaking, these guys have joined this gang for life. So trying to turn them, I wouldn't say it's going to be hard because they've got low willpower, but I definitely think there'd be a difficulty dice in there.
I'm happy to roll however you want me to roll.
So roll a charm check.
Do you want me to do it against their contested, or do you want to put a difficulty on it?
I'm going to put the difficulty on it just for the purpose of this. I'm going to give you 1 purple, 1 black for their resolve, but they've got. I'll keep the blacks there for their next check if they continue fighting.
Okay.
So that's
I have an ability that removes 1 black dice from any charm roll.
there we go then. So my reasoning on that was their willpower is low. It's only 1, and they've joined a gang that they've said they're joined for life. So like their resolve would be a little bit hard to try and break. Anyway, so you're going to completely turn these guys, I believe, with this roll, and I'm waiting for it. Okay. You happen to be still slightly undressed from your dance down in the lower levels, and all they see is the Twi'lek head and tits come over the top. And they're just like, "Oh, Gundark's not forever." And they kind of put their weapons down. Your instruction was to join us, fight for us, or leave.
Join us, fight for us.
I might just have them stand there dumbfoundedly, if that's okay, rather than fight
That's
against
perfectly fine.
So I'll get them to back off on their next turn. So they'll move here, so they're kind of out the way, but they're clearly not fighting. Amazing.
And then for my maneuver, I am going to. I don't know how to thematically do it. I want to assist Treyasek. So can I don't have a laser pointer or anything. I was going to say I just shine a laser pointer at the guys he's fighting to try and distract them, but I don't know. So you get a blue, Trey.
Happy for you to whistle or something like that. An unexpected noise.
Well, let's just say that me turning their dudes like is pissing them off because they're the leaders. So they're like a little bit distracted by that, and that's what gives Trey the...
I would agree. They may have heard you shout this over the fighting. Maybe a lull happened just as you shouted, "Join us!" And that just causes enough distraction to give Treyasek a blue for his next strike. So, talking about next strikes, top of the round. I'm going to take those NPCs out because they are
Okay then.
done.
Come and get the kill train. How do you remove these dice now, Gary? Do they add to your pool? Have you noticed? Okay. I'm going to roll this, but I might need to add a blue and a black onto the roll because I'm not sure if it will actually add on. We'll find out. Let's do some testing going. No, it doesn't add on. You can give. You can't remove those. What the fuck was that about? Okay, so I'll just roll a blue and a black on top of that. Okay, so 9 damage, 1 crit. The guy on the right is out of action. He can't take any actions for the rest of this combat, so I'm going to go for the middle guy now.
Okay.
So, I imagine that the other guy, I actually twatted him so hard that although he's resisted a lot of the damage, it's just knocked him out almost.
Knocked him senseless.
He's just sitting there stunned on the floor.
Yeah.
So he's kind of out of the way of my swing now, and I'm going for the middle guy. So he's got 9 damage, 8 crit, which would be that's not great. 90.
90. What's the name of the skill, by the way, that gives you the bonus? Just curious of what it was called.
I have Vicious Form, the Greatsword from the sword and mods, and then I also have offensive attack. What is it? Lethal blows. 2 ranks of lethal blows, which gives them plus 20.
So 90 was compromised. Increase the difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. So this guy takes a...
Again, like they've got loads of armor, but I'm really strong. So, and this sword is really big. So even though they're blocking a lot of the physical damage, it's still battering them around.
Having an effect.
And they're just
discombobulated. So he takes a sword swipe, whether it's the flat of the blade or whatever connects with this guy, and he's going to take an immediate swing back at you. I'm just going to put a note on this guy here to say that he's out. There you go. He's got a net on him to say he's out of action. He takes an immediate swing at you, but obviously you've got to upgrade the checks. So we're going to upgrade to a red and a purple for upgrading the check. He's got that, and he hasn't got any black dice or anything that I was aware of. So he comes back and whiffs it, but as he swings towards you for the advantages, he's going to give you a black die. Oh, sorry. No, he'll give the gang members a blue die as his swing has put you more exposed for their attack that's going to come in a second. Oh, is everybody frozen? No? Okay. Right. That was NPC 1. This guy's out of action. So those guys are going to take that slot, and they're going to take a swing at you as well, Treyasek. So they're going to have a blue die from what just happened. They've got that and that and that. Go! Oh! So they connect doing... They're using their truncheon, which is 5 damage, doesn't go through your soak. But they have a triumph, which we're going to use And we're going to use it to... We're going to use it to upgrade the difficulty of your next check. So make one of your purples a red, if that's okay. So they've connected with you and maybe knocked you about like you're knocking the other guys about, and just make it a bit harder for you to swing. Stars in your eyes, that's what I mean, you know, for dazed. Okay. Oh, I didn't take their threat, so they're gonna.
I actually missed what you were saying there. Was that on me?
That was on you, yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at how to get rid of these dice. How much damage was it? Because I do actually take some.
So they did 5 damage.
Okay, so
And then they're going to make you upgrade your next check. And I've taken a health off of them in terms of taking strain for their threat. Over to NPC 3. Oh, okay, all my NPCs are going first now because I've only got those 3 slots left. So this gang leader is going to close the gap. This guy, he's going to close the gap with Remix, and then he's going to take a swing. Urgh. He hasn't got any black or blue imposed by you at all.
Well, I've got my melee defense now. I've remembered how that works.
Which is 2 black.
Melee 2 defense.
Okay, so this guy, blah blah blah. Okay, in comes some knuckle dusters. Oh, they connect. Look at that.
Oh dear.
So first one is I take as a hit. So they do 7 damage.
-5.
I've actually missed one of their statistics here. I should probably actually read this. Oh right, so that's when it's triggered. That's fine because I haven't got a critical rating. Okay, no problem. So they do connect with you.
Punch in the face.
I'm not sure what that was, rather Nick, but I'll come back to that in a second.
I was trying to figure out how to remove those dice, and I clicked on it and found out that it gives you the crit as well.
They're going to recover. They can't recover a strain. They can't do that. I'm going to lose that because I can't be bothered to check what it is. Okay, over to PC slot 2.
Can I have it? I want to immediately retaliate. So he swings and punches Remix with his knuckle dusters, and Remix is going to say, "Oi yourself!" And he's going to swing his virus sword back. Blue to aim. I've got a black from last time, and all the rest of it hit with 4 advantage. So that's going to be 2 crits.
Oh, this guy takes 2 crits. Well, he's not a minion. So how much damage is your sword, please, sir?
It is 6 damage, but also it's got Vicious 1, which affects crits.
That's right, so he's going to increase the value by 10. So you've got 2 crits. So roll the first one.
So I'm rolling that D100, yeah?
Yep. It's really annoying the dice roller doesn't update.
If you click on special rolls, you can type +10 into the modifier and then roll critical, and it will not only roll the dice for you, but tell you what the crit is. And it'll add on your +10 for the vicious, and then the next one you roll will be +20 because they've been crit once already.
So I see. Special rolls, crit.
If you type +10 into the modifier, it'll add your vicious on.
Hold on. Could you please do that for your next roll, because you already rolled once?
Sure.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
So the first one's therefore 73, because it was 63 plus the 10.
Yep. Hamstrung. The target loses his free maneuver until the end of the encounter.
And then I get to do a second one, and I'm going to use the thing that Nick just taught me, yeah?
With +20 because he's
Sorry to
already
take
been
it.
crit once.
Boom!
There we go.
Overpowered.
Okie dokie.
Oh, that's so cool! That's awesome.
Target leaves himself open, and the attacker may immediately attempt another free attack against him using the exact same dice pool. Okay, so what was the it's the same dice pool, not the same dice roll, is it? So you're going to roll your attack again.
So do I add the black, because I had a black on the original
Yes,
roll?
it's exactly
It's
the same roll.
dice pool. Okay, you ready? Boom! Oh.
Oof, okay. So you come out of this overpowering and go for another attack, but you were so happy with the connection the first time that you may have a little bit overstepped your mark. However, you got some advantages to spend. What would you like to spend them on? Recover strain. Add blue dice to the next active character. Notice a single important point of an ongoing conflict, or inflict a critical hit. No, you haven't hit with that one. Or activate your weapon. No, you can't do that.
I'm going to force the target to drop a melee or ranged weapon he's wielding. So I swing and hit him, and his knuckle dusters go flying off his hand.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
And he didn't take any more damage. Okay. Right, PC slot 3.
I'd like to, like, at this point, just like lean around and light blaster over the other shoulder of Remux.
Sure.
Oh.
So theoretically, he's engaged. Theoretically, you would be engaged ranged as well. But I'm not going to rule as low as that. You're not standing face to face with him, so go ahead. Just do it as short, which is one purple.
5 success, 1 advantage.
Jesus, so Light Blaster has 5. Oh, droid appeared. It's 5 damage, so 6, 7, 8, 9 in total. So this guy takes another shot from a blaster bolt that comes round the side of Remix, and he takes it in the chest, but he's still standing. Yeah. 4. PC slot 4. Guido.
Sorry, is Lynn going last? Yes. Cool. All right, sweet. Yeah. I'm gonna, after taking a shot in the wrist, let's say, because how else would I have scored so much damage? She's gonna take a quick move over to Lynn, like sling the rifle over her shoulder and just kind of limp over to Lynn. Also, maybe get a better vantage point. And reload, ready for the next turn.
You could take 2 strain if you like to then do another action. Another maneuver, sorry.
Yeah, why not?
So then you can use your action to fire down on something.
Okay, yes, I will do that. Thank you for as a reminder. Yep. And then I'm just going to boom headshot someone. Does Remix look like he's having trouble with... What's his face? Mohican fella?
Remix looks not quite bloodied.
Not quite bloodied.
But he's engaged with this twat. Shoot him. Bring it on.
Okay. All right, cool. Yep, I'm going to fire at the twat that Remix is fighting.
Okay.
2.
If you do roll a despair, you are shooting Remix. Just because you're using a projectile weapon that goes through. You know, that's what you wanted last time. I'm using it against you now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, fire away. It's 2, yeah. Purple.
Cool beans. Do it. Oh, shit. 3 successes, 1 threat.
So 10 damage.
It's the sharpshooter has a damage of 8. Where's the 2 come from?
So you rolled 2 extra hits.
Oh, sweet, that just converts to damage. Fantastic, yes.
So this guy... I'm not going to use your thread, don't worry. So this guy gets shot in the back while engaged with Remix. He's doing some fancy sword work. This guy is sort of ducking and weaving. And then all of a sudden, the top of his skull just explodes. Brain and matter all over Remix's body and face and armour and... Ugh.
Shout out. Sorry, V-Bucks.
And that guy falls down to the floor. Ugh. Over to Lynn.
Lynn sees Guido come and like lie next to him on the, I'm assuming you're lying down, taking aim through the skylight.
Yeah.
So Lynn sees that he's struggling a little bit, and she just puts a hand on his shoulder and she says, "You've got this, Guido. You've got this." So I'm going to use an ability that I haven't used before, that I was going to do, but I need to make a leadership roll first. 1 and 4.
Gosh.
You can recover 2 strain.
Ah, maze balls.
No one else is in close range, are they? No. Then that's fine. And I will use my maneuver to. I'm gonna use some of that to recover some of my own strength. Can I do that? I'm gonna read this ability because it says each ally within close range. Am I an ally within close range? I don't think so. That doesn't seem right.
If it said
Never
each
mind.
creature, that may have been different.
Yeah.
But,
No. Okay. I will give Guido a blue using that inspiring rhetoric, and then I'll use my minor to assist him. Just,
Okay.
I mean, her. Guido's a girl, isn't she?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'll just to chill her out.
a wild Wookiee. Okay, now flip to dark side point. As Lynn gives this speech, this leadership, this bit of wisdom to Guido after he's fired his shot, Remix is wiping brain matter from his face, and Treshik is rolling with the punches down and giving as good as he gets. The doors to the warehouse are completely blown inwards, and the warehouse is completely shook. On the lower level, a huge fireball and smoke, doesn't hurt anyone, fireball and smoke comes in. Up on the roof, if you are standing, you are knocked onto your butt on the roof, no damage again, and everybody in this side of things sort of staggers down here. As the smoke and flames clear, these two members have died in the explosion, so we'll just move them down there because they were too close. You see a silhouette through the smoke, very galaxy known silhouette, as a hut is slowly making their way through this large hole, surrounded by a lot of large robots, droids, very large droids. And as the smoke sort of clears and you guys are picking yourself up, there, now in the warehouse, stands a hut. 20 large robots have filed in and stood around him in a line. So the way I see this in my brain, I'm not going to draw this two things. They come and line up here, here, and Lufin the slug. Lufin the slug comes in here and he and looks around and speaks in basic, a very deep voice. Who took my pet? Who? He's a sad guy. Who took him and tried to ransom him?
Remix points towards the gang.
Lufin will look at the bodies on the floor, not knowing there was a gunfight, maybe just from the explosion. And he points at you, Remix. Who do you work for?
Can I just ask OC? He would know where the job came from, right? So I can be honest. Okay, Remix will just say, the surgeon.
And the cat?
Which is
Surgeon.
And he turns around and points at the group in the corner and goes, who of you work for the surgeon? Kill them. And the gang members are just like, oh no, this is Lufa, this is a big scary guy, and you have absolutely no problem, you stab them, whatever you want to do to kill him. And he points up at the skylight where Lynn and Guido go, get them down. And all the droids turn to face the same way, look up the skylight where you're pointing, and all raise their weapons at exactly the same time.
They're with us.
We also work for the surgeon.
Get them down.
Yep.
And really interestingly, as you climb down the side of the building, inside the warehouse, these guys see the droids follow your every move through the roof and down the wall and back round until you come back through either the side door or the main entrance. And he starts investigating. The Lutheran starts going around the baby Rancor and looks in okay condition. And he stops at, looks like a scar on the shoulder here, and goes, "Who did that? Who hurt my baby?" "It doesn't matter. I'm not paying full price. This has been an inconvenience for me. I don't come out in public like this." And he snaps his hand. And in comes a protocol droid through the main entrance and stops in front of him and has a credit case, you know how they look in Star Wars. And he opens it up and he takes a handful of credits out, closes the case, hands the credit chips to the droid, who quickly departs out the door. He goes, "Here's your payment." Drops the case. The droids then deftly walk up to the baby Rancor and just lift it. And you see them walk out of the breach in the door, go off to a large ship that's hanging just on the edge, and they literally all board it. It goes up and they leave. That is Luthen gone. Let's just bring you guys down. Oops. I'll move the warehouse. Oh no.
I kind of know now why Cal doesn't want to do any business with anything to do with that guy.
I mean, to be fair, he's not the worst heart I've dealt with. We all lived.
That is true.
That is a fair point.
But also, we didn't do anything stupid. Remotely stupid. I thought about it.
Well, I'm glad you went against those instincts then.
So I'm new to this. How much trouble are we in? The surgeon clearly didn't get his credits.
I think we'll be okay, Kira. It'll be a minor cut to our paycheck, but you know, we might have some extra business for the surgeon from that owner of the pub, so he might be okay.
Oh, good. And Guido, nice shot on that scum, but if you ever get blood on my fur, you're going to be paying the credits to get that washed out.
I make no promises.
So, is everything in this warehouse fair game now? Maybe we can recoup our losses in here.
Maybe not in that corner over there. She just points to the one that we exploded.
That's an excellent point, Relux.
I would say
Let's have a
there's
look around.
quite a lot that's probably damaged from the explosions, or maybe battle damage where blasters and stuff have hit them. But you can find a few things. I'd say it's mainly fuel or foodstuffs or goods waiting for processing, but nothing of major value. You might find some credits upstairs in the office, but again, nothing of major value.
Not enough to recoup the difference that the hut took out.
Oh no, you're going to court.
Oh, no.
Was there a big vehicle somewhere?
Not in here. Team, come in. This is Captain Lace.
G'day, sport.
You need to return quickly. We have been ordered off planet sharpish.
Too right.
Something about a hut being unhappy with our presence. Chop chop. From in your warehouse, you hear engines spooling up from the adjacent warehouse.
Well, this is going to be interesting to explain.
I mean, let's go.
So you guys rush to the other warehouse. You board onto Goose 1, I think it is, Goose 1. And cinematically we see it pull out of the warehouse, go up into the atmosphere. Sorry?
I was just going to make a pull-out joke, but I decided not to.
Oh, okay. Goes up into the upper atmosphere, goes into the space, and then we jump straight into hyperspace. We're going to have a few minute break to have a wee and grab a drink, and then we're going to jump straight into the next section.
Cool.
Wee. Yeah.
Whilst you're at the room, can you put screen on the big ring?
Are you downstairs? Up for you to go up. Go boys, downstairs, movies. Go to mama. Go to mama. Did you go weebies? Has Chippy not gone out? Oh, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, who's my good boy? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who's a good boy?
Hello. How much did we get for the first mission where we rescued the Rancor? Was it 625?
Yes. Yeah, 625.
And did the other guys, the pilot guys get money? Has that been established? Because I wasn't here for that week. Just want to check when I missed
That's
out on
not
that.
been. It's not been concluded.
Okay, cool.
It is about to be concluded.
Okay.
We hope. We hope.
And that 25 experience is for everybody,
Yeah,
for all the characters.
for all of the characters, yes. So
But going
originally,
forwards, it will be half.
going forwards, it will be half for support characters, what I class as support characters. So if you go on the mission, you get full. If you don't, you're going to get half rounded down. It's so that they don't get left behind in experience. In hindsight, I should have given you that 25 experience after this combat had finished and you'd left the planet, but I thought it was easier to do before the session rather than during the session.
I haven't spent mine, so
I haven't spent mine. But just one question. Let's say we wanted to spin up another character. Does that start with any of this like support character XP, or do we start from scratch?
In theory, yes, because we want you to keep up. Otherwise, you might be incredibly unskilled compared to the other characters. So, if you're thinking of another character, keep a log of the XP gained so that you can go back to it later.
I just don't know when one of mine might die.
This is true. So maybe we should just get someone to keep a note then. If someone doesn't mind keeping a note on their notes, how much XP is currently going on.
It's on your character sheet as awarded XP.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can always just look at what's been awarded and then just award the same.
Okay, everybody good? Okay.
Yes.
So as the Goose 1 zips into hyperspace on the other side of the galaxy in the Terrace system, out comes a new ship that hasn't been to this planet before, one that you recovered. This ship comes down out of space, lands into the spaceport, and off gets Professor Thaddeus. Tech, spanners. I'm going to say Guido, but I don't mean Guido, I mean Orin, and Click Clack. Followed by a load of urchins who quickly start running around, looking at things, picking up things on the spaceport they shouldn't be picking up, until they are rounded up and sent off into the town to be fed and watered and housed until the surgeon can be brought to sort them out, basically. On the spaceport, we have a couple of mechanics, and they sort of look at the ship and go, yeah, that is a hunk of junk. Why would they bring this? Hold on a second. Where are the fighters? They haven't come back. And I thought they went to... Oh, there's Captain Sol. Hi. Oh, it's actually Captain Lace, isn't it? Captain Lace was rescued from the planet. Captain Sol was it? Sorry, big one. Captain Lace, where's the freighter? What have you done with it? You know, we were kind of expecting it back for services, and he just gives them a complete scowl, and makes them. I think it's the duck's bill, isn't it? I think you're talking about. And they basically. Yes, Gary, we're going to deal with this now.
yes, they have completed the mission successfully.
They have. So you guys sort of gather your gear. Captain Lace stands talking to the mechanics on the deck, and takes instruction from Spanners before you all head back into the duck egg in order to report to Whisper. As you come into the main ship and go back into the. I'm gonna start calling it the pit. That's just the easiest way. And you go back into the pit with. I haven't moved you. That's all well and good, isn't it? There we go. Back into the pit with Whisper. He is not happy at all, and he's very upset with having to deal with this situation. The ship's been lost, it's been blown into, there's been cargo lost onto a planet where nobody goes to unless you're this mother character who somehow set up operations out of this place and then stole some very important data, but he won't let on what this is. He says the surgeon is very happy. We're going to have an investigation. For now, you need to go to your quarters, and we'll call you when yes, we'll call you to discuss all this. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with another matter on another mission. I'm going to have to deal with this as well. And he walks off and goes, "Yes, Captain. So, again, another report." And you sort of hear him sort of talking to Captain Soul as he goes back in here. We're then going to jump 5 weeks forward in time. However, just before that, about a week later, the other crew turns up from the Goose One with Captain Soul, bits and pieces. You guys come back in. You report to Whisper with the credit case. He already kind of knows what's happened. He isn't overly pleased and says, "We just need to deal with this very shortly. There's a few other things going on." And he goes, yes, sir. I will deal with it in a minute." And he wanders off again, taking the credit case with him. So, we have a week that's happened. All of your wounds have been healed. Let's say that you've been to the medical bay, used Bacta, all your strain's been recovered, everything's back, reset to 0. Gain your 250 credits, which is your retainer per week. The second,
What did we get for completion of the Rancor delivery?
You haven't yet.
Okay.
Second week goes by. You don't hear anything from Whisper. You can come down to this area. You'll see he's very busy. He doesn't pay you any heed. He continues doing his things on his computers. Doesn't talk to you. Gain your second week's worth of retainer. So another 250 credits. Week 3. Towards the end of week 3, Whisper contacts the whole crew and says, "I'm sorry for the radio silence, everybody, but unfortunately we've been dealing with a few stressful things, and unfortunately the recent setbacks had unforeseen consequences. I will be in touch very, very shortly to resolve any discrepancies in reports that we've received. Oren, everybody gets it every week. Your 250 credit retainer is being sent to you now when your data pad pings off. So that's 3 lots of 250 credits that you've received up to week 3. And just to let you know, your friend's coming. He'll be here in about 3 hours. Mr. Bort. Oh, I hate that fellow." A few hours later, a rusty old bucket of a freighter comes down into the lower atmosphere and lands on the spaceport. He comes out to greet everyone. He goes, "My friends, nice to meet you again. Ha! Come and see my wares. Oh, where did all these children come from? These urchins. Shoot! Get off of my ship! Get off of my ship!" He walks back in and activates a couple of droids who stand guard, not letting any children on board, but we'll let. It's been 3 since we started in terms of payments, so you'd have 6. So come on board, my friends. Come on board. See my wares. And the cargo bays are opened up, and I imagine it like a travelling sandwich shop where they open up the container and it's just weapons and gear all lined on the walls and crates and boxes. And here we have Bort's Bountiful Bonanza, which is in the shops tab. I think I can show it to you. Did that load up on your screens?
Yes. Is it 200 a week or 250 a week?
250 a week.
So it should be 750 plus 65 for the people who are in the same party as remits.
Everybody gets 250 a week, every character.
Thank you.
Because they get their retainer from the surgeon. The retainer is normally taken out of the mission rewards, so that's why I haven't dealt with that just yet. We're going to come sort that in a second. So everybody can see the shop. Yeah. I kind of asked you to have a little look earlier if you could. There's anything you can buy on there, up to you. Some things are restricted in the armor section for encumbrance and also hard points if there's anything that needs to go on. In the equipment there is some bits, but they don't necessarily matter too much for encumbrance. I said to Ross earlier, there's things that encumbrance will matter with, such as carrying large guns and bits and pieces like that, and obviously carrying 50 guns is going to be a little bit more restraining, but certain things I'm quite happy to forego. For example, if you're carrying a restraining bolt, there's no encumbrance with that because it's just a small little bolt. If you having some climbing gear, I'm happy for you to have some climbing gear without it mattering to encumbrance, but be reasonable, please, with self-reasonable with that side of things. Bort is the guy that you can order weapons from, items from, equipment from. He only comes every once now and then, but he is the guy that you can submit your orders to. This is currently what he has on his ship. Feel free to buy things, but obviously if someone buys it first, you can't buy it next because there's only one of them, if that makes sense.
Lynn will try and create some rapport with Bort. I don't want to role play the whole thing out and take everyone's time, but she will try and negotiate better prices on behalf of the surgeon.
I'll say that you've dealt with Bort before. Bort's prices are Bort's prices. He doesn't budge. He is a stubborn Toydarian. He does not budge on these prices. He feels that he has market value. From an out of character point of view, I haven't put the prices up at all. They're exactly the same as what they suggest in Legality. But you can go back and forward from as long as you like, but he'll always come back round to the full price of the figure, regardless of how it goes round.
That's perfectly fine. Then in those conversations or whatever, she's always trying to work an angle, and she will explain to him that Bort, this beautiful figure cannot be hidden behind armor. That just kind of puts a damper on everything that I do. So while you're out scouring and procuring, next time perhaps you could bring something that matches my aesthetic, fits underneath this clothing without actually looking like armor.
Very expensive what you're asking for. Very expensive. We have several things that could be used. There is...
Like a refect body glove?
Well, there is that, and there is also one of those things called a second skin armor. They are very good. Very, very good. But, very pricey. Very pricey.
Just keep an eye out for one if you can get it at a steal. I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
He flicks out a data pad and makes a note on the data pad. You guys happy shopping? Do you want any stats sent to you from the book or anything like that?
Just having to scroll through in a Google.
It's very difficult for... Oh, Ross, the item that you wanted I didn't include, but you can have it, sorry. It was...
I have it open somewhere in one of my tabs. 450.
Yeah, that's it.
Dan, did you say is it a power cell that is the same as in a gun, or was it a lens assembly or an emitter matrix? What one of those three you said is the same as what you'd find in a pistol?
A think it might be the emitter matrix.
Okay.
I think. That might be wrong.
Can I run with that being a thing?
Yeah, sure.
You don't sound very pleased about that.
No, I need to look it up, but
And we can revisit it later.
we
don't
can
need to talk about
revisit that. That's fine. Let's say that you did it, but we'll check it out later and
Okay.
catch up.
Because what Remix was going to say was, I have a rare pistol, and I need to replace the emitter matrix. I'm looking for one with these specifications. Do you think you could find one for me? And Remix will hand him the exact size and metrics of the kind of emitter matrix that he's looking for, saying that he needs one for a pistol.
He will take out his datapad and just give you a curt nod and continue with talking to other people about sales.
Thank you.
So Oren's not buying anything. I'm also happy if you want to push the story on that you can retcon this when you have an extra 10-15 minutes you want to read up on things. I always say to the guys earlier, I found it very difficult because I was like, I need to put all of the stats into this data, but it was just going to take absolutely forever. So let's say that that's what he turned up with, and if you want to buy anything, we can retcon it during the downtime.
Is there a suppressor in there? I've been looking through.
There is a blaster suppressor, 750 credits.
Not one for a rifle?
Well, there isn't one specifically for rifles. It just kind of is the same thing. Let me just get to it 1 second. Blaster suppressor 82. Just bear with me, Gary, please. 81, 82. Oh no, that one is specifically for a blaster. Okay, I'm happy for it to be a suppressor, if that makes sense.
If it helps, apparently in the equipment thingamabob, it's like a slug thrower suppressor. That's what it's called.
Maybe I missed
Let me
it.
have a quick Google.
This book is a little bit overwhelming when you're looking for things to...
Click Clack tells you that if you buy that suppressor, he can probably make it work for your slug thrower.
Ooh. Okay.
Do it.
As a gadgeteer, he thinks he can do it.
I'm happy to do that, because it's going to cost Gary much more for doing it this way. The slug thrower suppressor is only 100 credits. But
I just read that.
Yeah. No, you can pay the 7.
But he doesn't have any, so,
No.
Yeah,
you won it. Yes, that's what you're getting.
What's rarity 4? Is that like super rare, not so rare?
it's the one in between rarity 3 and 5.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
No, the higher the number on rarity, the more unlikely you will find it. So 4 is quite reasonably common.
I think I'll wait until we go off world.
Oh, you had an offer there as well and everything. Never mind. Okay, fine.
7 times the price.
Yeah, but you might not find one.
Is that a hint, Dan?
Well, when he comes back with his shop, the entire shop might change. It's going to refresh. You know when you play MMOs and it says the shops have refreshed in the top corner, and
Yeah.
he might only have a pistol grip next time.
No, I mean is when we next go off world, am I not going to find a supplier of slug thrower suppressors?
Not for the next 6 sessions, no.
You say that, we could just go on a shopping world.
Well, you could, yeah. For what I've planned, no. But what for you guys do is an entirely different matter. Okay, sorry, Nick, you were taking the heavy blaster rifle for Click Clack. Okay, that's right.
I now have a surplus to requirement blaster rifle if anyone requires it immediately.
A surplus what?
Blaster rifle.
Is that a ranged heavy thing?
That is a ranged heavy.
I would happily. The professor pipes up. I'll happily take that off you for a couple of credits.
Sure, you're going to need to give me some time to strip down and take my customizations off for this new gun, but yeah, you're welcome to it once I'm done with it.
Amazing. Thank you, Trey.
Click, click.
Click, clack.
Okay.
Dude, car.
Okay. Right. So, is everybody? Let me bring that over here. Everybody happy? Like I said, I'm happy to revisit this if you want to spend a bit more time looking at certain things. Okay. So, another week passes. Bort leaves. He takes your orders and stays around for a while and then leaves off to the planet. You hear the coming and goings of the town around you, the scout teams going back out to find locations. There's rumours that they found a new vault and they need to break into it to find out what's going on in terms of this new vault. And the logging industry is going well. Everything seems to be okay. There's odd ship comes in, obviously scheduled to drop off resources and take some of the resources away. Towards the
How are the ruffians settling in?
Oh, they are wild. They are everywhere in the town. Where they shouldn't be. They're getting into trouble. They haven't been given. You would know this. They've not been given any jobs by the surgeon as of yet. There's been a very small amount of communication come out of the Duck's beak at all. Up until week 4.5. You get a comm from Whisper. Team, we need you to gather in the comms room, please. We need to have a discussion about a few matters. Everybody is required. Thank you. Okay. I assume everybody files in slowly and gathers around the table or hangs about.
Yes.
So, team, we need to address a few issues before we move on. Firstly, we haven't got any work at the moment, which is a bit strange. I was hoping that the new increased workload was coming through. We had missions very quickly. It would have been great. So we have a little bit of a problem. One of the gentlemen that was recovered from the mission above an axis where you went to rescue Captain Lace. The surgeon isn't happy, that's the soft word, at the loss of that ship. It was insured, but unfortunately the surgeon is a man of precision and timing, and it has caused a major disrupt in our operation. And although we have spoken to Captain Lace about his ability to keep his ship under control, I need to know, why did the ship get blown into? And he looks at the group of you that went on that particular mission. So Thaddeus, etc.
Because the pirate blew himself up. Maybe he should make his ships more resistant to kamikaze pirates.
Whisper writes down this exactly word for word, kamikaze pirates. but why would he blow up our ship? I mean, didn't he try and take it? I mean, the fool didn't even get any of the money. We've recovered the money.
Who can say what goes through the mind of pirates?
Well, okay, so while you were on that planet and Axis, where the back half of the ship went with all the cargo that some of it we couldn't recover because the critters had eaten it, you found Orin. I mean, Orin, why were you in a container?
Well, I was on that mission, and I needed to make sure I got out alive, and that was the only way.
Do you mean the mission to find out who Mother... Oh, no. So you encountered Mother, some people claiming Mother on that planet, is that right?
Yes, they did speak from a ship, apparently.
In such that we saw a ship flying that apparently contained mother.
Well, the good thing, Orin, is they didn't disable the tracker on that lockbox that they took. So we do know where it is, and we will be putting an expedition together very soon to recover it. Happens to have gone back to one of the planets in the core. You know, we're pinpointing the exact location for you, but we'll come back soon because we think we might need your expertise, Orin. So, and he turns around to face the other group. Why didn't we get paid the full amount from the Rancor delivery? And he opens the credit case that was delivered, and clearly there's like the credits that you guys saw in there. We were expecting 20,000 credits, and we got 10. What happened?
I'm just gonna put this forward here, Whisper. I reckon that your weak link in this system is Captain Soul and Captain Lace, right? Firstly, Captain Lace gets himself all hijacked, and we have to come in and try and clean up the ship, right? You can't send someone in to a situation that is completely balked and expect no collateral, right? Then we have on the other side old Captain Soul. When we landed on the planet, all of us said, let's wait here and make sure this deal goes down well. And he was all about the let's hit the pub, this is how it's done. So, following the captain's orders, we did that, and guess what? The Rancor got nicked, which is what we were trying to protect. So, I mean, you've got all the evidence you need right there. It's those two bastards.
He's writing down on his data pad all of this information as he goes. Right, so I don't want to deal with all of this. I mean, we've got one broken ship and one underpayment for a baby Rancor. I mean, why did the baby Rancor come here in the first place? I should have just gone straight there. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right, the reason I called you, this is quite important. Lost track of the time with talking about all these issues. I'm going to have to talk about the surgeon as well. If you please go ahead and check your data pads. I'm going to have to push buttons on my phone. I'm going to have to send you this. I can't quite decode it. Unfortunately, let's put it this way. I can't read. So I need this decoded, please. This message that's on the screen, and we received it as a distress signal, and I just need your help, please. Could you do that for me? Guys, pick a word if you want to pick a word to do yourself. Yeah, the invite guy can't read. I'm engaging with the party. I've sent you a decoder on WhatsApp, and if you just pick a word each and go ahead.
Well, there are 5 of us, so I'll do nothing because that is what Lynn would do.
No, that's definitely. I was going to draw around the one that I was going to.
It's a very good line.
Yep, that one. I will take that one.
Okay.
Oh, if you scroll up, there are more words.
Yeah, they're all at the top, sorry. How to give yourself just a minute. Get the players to decode something. Kerry, your box drawing skills are amazing.
It's because I've I've got like the line
Yeah.
selected.
There
and
is
not-
actually a space, by the way, right there. It's just not showing very well.
like that.
And again, the spaces between those, they're not great.
Mm. Oh, okay, that's probably coordinates acquired, captured by Imperial, research taken, send help.
Super speedy. Oh, well, I'm glad you got the same message that I did.
What?
I just had to get you to double check it. So, fortunately, my computer's not working. I've received this distress signal from Dr. Lemet Beige. He was the old gentleman that was out the front when you first walked in. He was blindfolded. He had a bad suit, briefcase. He's been working with us for some time on a special project for the surgeon. We'd lost contact with him about 2 weeks ago. We were waiting for him to check in. And then I received this distress signal. It originated from Naboo, and we've narrowed it down to an Imperial prison camp that is housed on the Naboo. Very odd place for a prison camp, don't you think? It's just an area of natural beauty. It's very, very strange. We have found out that there's been a lot of Imperial activity around the planet, and I think maybe he got caught looking up some old records. But very important, we need him back. After we're after the Clone Wars, we're after sorry
Sorry, carry on.
after the Death Star blown up, but before the First Order.
So, Baby Wire.
Yeah,
After the Battle of Yavin,
that's it.
basically after 6.
Yeah, we're in the gap between there and Episode 7. We need him back very quickly, and I do know that from his message, if he has got the coordinates, that it's very exciting. That you won't be coming back for some time, whoever it is that goes on this mission. So choose wisely, because it will be a slightly long one. I'll arrange.
That's what she said.
I'll arrange for all of the rations that's needed and the equipment that the Dr. Beige had requested me to procure. I will make sure that they're ready on the Goose One, unless you're taking that ship that you've been preparing or fixing up on the pad. The engineers have been working with spanners, I believe.
Oh, it's not ready yet.
But they've
It's
been...
not ready.
Okay, well, you better take the Goose One then. But to be honest with you, there's a lot of animosity between yourselves and Captain Lace and Captain Soul. So, in this instance, I am trusting you with the Goose One.
Why is there animosity between us?
Didn't we rescue him?
You did, but you've all just accused him, both of them. So, in order to remove this, I'm going to let you fly the Goose One, and I will deal with the fallout. But I need you to get going in under the hour.
Righto.
Can we have some information?
Oh yes, sorry. So information. So we know that the stress signal came from Naboo. I can't tell you what Dr. Beige was working on. I'm afraid I don't understand it. But I know he was looking at some old relics relating to an Imperial, not an Imperial, a Jedi library. That's what I got out of the notes that I saw. So it's very important that we get him back and he can explain all the research to you. If you can stay awake, of course. Oh no.
Nope.
What happened there? Are they having a oh, hello?
I was trying to send them a whisper, and it puts you actually into whispered chat rather than sending some message.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So I have done some searching, by the way, and looking on our back channels. There is a reasonably heavy Imperial presence around Naboo. It's controlled by the Imperials, but I say heavy Imperial presence. There is a large cruiser, probably within a 4-hour time span, that can get to Naboo. On the planet, I don't know what you'll find, and I don't know what you'll find at this prison, but I just know it's an Imperial prison.
What's the name of the prison? Does it have a name? Next.
No name that I can find. It's not on any Imperial record other than that prisoners are transported to this location on Naboo.
Noted.
Will you allow me to go ahead and
Travel
infiltrate
ahead.
the facility? Yes.
You're only going to have an hour's lead time before everybody else are in. I need you all to go now.
It would have been best if I went ahead, but I guess we must do as we must.
Andrew, you are going to go into private chat. There we go. Andrew, you may have heard this. You're a spy, right? So you may have heard of these. Let's call it a pop-up prison. So it's basically prisons that are put together very quickly, and they can move just as quickly, where they house prisoners of high value. So you may have heard of these prisons that are popping up, and then they may not be there the next time you've heard about it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I'll give you some more information when you're on the ground.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know how to exit the whisper.
We're stuck here forever.
This one.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
Yeah.
strongholds.
So team, I need to know now. Oh, credits! I'm so sorry, I almost forgot to give you credits. He takes 2,000 credits out of the Rancor case and goes, right, that's the pay for the gentlemen and ladies that went on that mission. And he puts the credit case to the side. And he goes, for the rescue, the surgeon isn't happy, but he takes out 1,000 credits and just slides it across the table to that group and say, don't say anything, and I'll keep it quiet as well. And he takes the case and goes, I'll be back in a minute. And he comes back in a minute and puts up on the hollow projector and says, well, this is kind of what I can get what the prison looks like. And it looks like 4 towers on the corners, obviously clearly guard towers overlooking into the centre. Very strangely, it looks like a glass building in the centre that goes up 3 or 4 levels, but you can't see if there's anything underground. I haven't got that data. That's all I've managed to get off a probe droid that I managed to hack and get. So I'm afraid that's all I can give you. It's not too far from Theed, which is one of the cities on Naboo, the major city on Naboo, and I've already contacted the team, and they're loading up your supplies as we speak.
I'll go. So for next.
Oh, thanks, Remix, thank you.
How much talking are we gonna need, and how much fighting are we gonna need?
Prison heist, Lynn. Go.
Was that a question to me, or was it a question to
Whisper.
I have absolutely no idea, Lynn, I'm afraid. I don't know what you're going to find. I don't know if you can sneak your way into the prison and get what you need, or whether you're going to have to fight your way, and I have no idea. And it also depends on your approach.
I do like Naboo. It's a beautiful place. I think I'll go.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. Thank you. And he writes down his
From over where Whisper normally sits, or you can normally find Whisper, you hear a chair scrape back, and a voice calls out, "Oh, well, I guess this is probably a quest for me then. You might need my computer skills." And a really nerdy looking creature appears around the corner.
Thank you, Isa.
It's Isa.
Yeah, Whisper kind of, you're like a rival tech person, so he's just like, yes, go, Isa. Definitely worth you out in the field. Write down your name on the pad.
So Oren says, "Already determined we need my skills, Simon." And then Kira follows up with, "I need some time to sort out my fur. Got a bit messy from the last mission. I'm going to sit this one out."
Who got Kira dirty? She's very very particular about her fur. Go, Kira. Go preen yourself. Thank you. Bye bye. Come on, Tech. Are you going on this mission? Guido? I think maybe Guido, your skills could be used here.
Yeah, Tech laments that you've already got a pilot. I assume that was what Oren is, right? You're a pilot. You're a pirate. Pilot.
Nope.
No, maybe.
Kira's a pirate.
Oh, but Oren. Ah, okay.
Would you like an NPC pilot, just for the purposes of this, to save you having to worry about it?
Could we?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to ask if I could take Tech and Guido.
Captain Lace storms into the room and goes, "I won't let you take my ship. I'll be in the cockpit." And he basically walks back out and heads to the spaceport.
Dan?
Hello?
Can Tech go and Guido go? Can I take two characters or not?
It's up to you if you want Tech to just be an NPC for this purposes.
I was going to say, yeah, I'd probably just leave him on the ship anyway.
That's fine. You can have Tech fly the ship then.
Cool beans.
You won't get paid.
Will he not get paid?
Oh, you won't get paid on two characters.
So whoever you're taking on is a main. Everything else is going to be a support.
Ah, I see. Okay, no, yeah, cool. I'll take Tech anyway.
I'll take all three of my characters on this mission. So they all get paid.
And
To be
two
honest,
of them die.
I hadn't thought about that. I honestly hadn't thought about that. No. I was thinking we might want some epic piloting skills.
Yeah. Okay. Go on then. That's fine.
Thaddeus leans forward to Lynn and just whispers in her ear and says, "From my log, Tech is not a great pilot. Be careful."
Okay.
You're still alive, aren't you, Professor?
You didn't hear that.
Let me check my skills.
So, from an OC point, you've got the prison break. However you do this. You're then immediately going to be going to another location in the galaxy where knowledge may be needed, but a heavy hand also may be needed. Would you prefer it if you all took two characters so that you could switch if you needed to?
I feel like the easy answer is yes, but it could be fun to stretch your character into an area that they don't specialize into. So maybe a choice of one is cool.
Okay. As long as you're happy with that, that's fine.
But I'm not speaking for everyone.
I'm up for that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I've seen 4 nods, so and I can't see Andrew nodding, so I take that as a 5 nods. So
I'm nodding, but just slightly reluctantly in case one of my characters dies on the first 5 minutes, and I need a backup character.
Don't worry.
Traumatized.
If one of your character dies, at least 2 didn't die, right? That's the silver lining to that.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll if that happens, we'll fix it. Okay. So, great. So we've got our 5 grand. Oh, so Tech, you probably should go relieve Captain Lace. I think he's planning on flying you. Off you go. You've got my authority. Team that are going to go on the ground, I suggest that you grab your equipment, take everything you need, and good luck. And I mean that doubly, because Dr. Beige can talk. And he smiles and then walks away.
Whisper, hang on a
yes.
second. When you say you're going to make sure our supplies are sorted, what specifically are you packing for us?
Well, Dr. Beige asked for several things to be taken. He wanted rations. He wanted a couple of probing droids in order to scan areas. There is tents, and he asked for 3 extra crates of dried rations, which is very odd, but he said they won't be consumed, they would be used. I don't really know what that is.
Oh, okay. Now, as part of the team that's going with, I think it would be good if we just had a quick discussion with Whisper now about any additional things that we think are useful. As Whisper, your planning and communication skills are fantastic, but sometimes you miss a nuance or two.
I use my computer to give me the most optimal equipment that you need for the mission.
Yes, you do.
Does that mean you've left an Imperial suit for me?
Don't have any.
No good, no good.
Do we have any breaching charges or cutting equipment and tools that we can take with for a prison break? I mean, those just seem sensible to bring along.
Yes. Here, look at the inventory. We've got Bort's just been. So we've actually got 2 breaching charges, but we need to order some more. I'll put a tick on those. And well, we can get some cutting equipment from the scouting team. I mean, I don't think they've left for today, so they use it to break into those vaults they keep. That was a great vault they found last week. Lots of good things. Anyway, I can get a cutting tool from them.
Fantastic. Any other smart ideas, guys?
Yes. If you keep it quiet, you might be able to take spanners. That might be quicker, but just don't say anything. And be sneaky.
Spanner's the tool or Spanner's the person?
No, Spanner's cutting torch.
Oh,
That was confusing.
You could take his spanner too, but he might not be very happy.
No, just the one will suffice. And I like Spanners. So, I don't want to piss him off.
Okay, so Whisper will got his comm and he'll call one of the scouting teams to come and drop off a cutting tool at the ship. Anything else you need?
Do we need fake credentials?
Do you need fake credentials?
I'm asking the rest of the squad here. I'm just throwing out ideas. Like, how are we going to do this? What's our plan? Are we going in guns blazing? Are we going to try and do it stealthy? Are we going to use a face person to try and talk our way in with fake credentials? I'm just throwing out ideas here.
I wonder if we can hijack a transport that is dropping off prisoners to get inside.
We would need fake papers.
Blazing never works.
No, if we hijack a transport.
I would like to infiltrate the facility.
I'm guessing there's not a lot of information in terms of the layout and.
So he showed you on the holo table what he'd managed to get from a local probe droid. It had 4 towers with an outer wall, and in the middle was looked like a 3-layer tier, but it was all glass around the edge
All glass, so you can see inside.
and out.
Hope there's a vantage point nearby.
I hope we can jump somebody for a suit.
Bit worried about the upcoming mission, that's all.
And so, do you need me anymore, or can I go and let you get on with your mission?
Could we just have access to the inventory?
No.
Then you're going to have to wait.
Well, you've only got 56 minutes until the ship leaves.
That's enough time. But no, seriously, what else do we need? I like the idea of you guys stealthing it in, and then if you bust your way out, I can try and cover you.
I'm gonna leave you guys to figure out all the like logistic things. I just need to see if I can make contact with a few people to see if I can get in undercover. I totter off.
Isar will find some additional slicing tools that aren't in his normal inventory, so he'll get, like a lot of break in a couple of days, and just some bits for doing some slicing.
Okay. Topping up his slicer kit.
Remix will say, I'm not much of a planner, but get me in there and I'll cause havoc. If that's what we want to cause.
Could we take Remix in as a prisoner?
I'd be happy with that.
But then the other guys need to be disguised.
You could offer to be taken as prisoner because you've got your kit in your shoe.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I just walked out. So that was the only. That was the only problem with that.
Let's say that you use your. You can contact your spy network. Let's say that you have a network. Naboo is a planet under Imperial control, so obtaining a uniform probably won't be too difficult. You could probably go to the main city, Thebes, and basically Thebes, and basically recover a uniform or equipment or whatever that you may need. So if you find yourself on the planet with your idea not working or equipment, you could suggest to the other guys, right, let's go get it from somewhere else.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was thinking possibly like a changing of the guard type thing, and like going in as another guard, like at a changing of the guard. But if that looks like it's not going to work, then going in as a prisoner would be good too.
Give you a lot more information, you as individually a lot more information when we get to the planet and you actually see it, because you would have probably broke into places like this, being Imperial facilities, etc.
Perfect, yeah.
What the fuck is this?
What do you mean, what's this? I'm giving information to a player. Okay. Anything else you need?
Bebop, Spy Network, Bebop.
What did Andrew say?
Nothing. Well, he did, but not important.
Okay.
Any more equipment? Or are you guys gonna?
Nick said grab shoots and data spikes.
So we spoke about he's filling up his kits. So grav shoots. Don't see why we can't do that.
Yeah, they're not jetpacks. They're just parachutes.
So yeah, we can do parachutes. Okay. What I said to Andrew, part of the information I gave to Andrew as well, was that this. Bear in mind that this is a populated planet, so some of the things you may need, you could acquire from the planet. So if you get there and realise that you're, we really need this, you could acquire it, such as acquiring an Imperial tank and driving it through the front door, or an ATST or whatever, or AT-AT and walking through the door. So that's not a suggestion, I'm just saying that this is an Imperial planet and there is resources that are available. Although now I've said it, an ATST walking through the front door sounds pretty cool. So
I prefer an AT-AT going through the front door.
I think it would just crush the front door and the building and carry on going.
Yeah, and then we just pull the guy out of the wreckage. That's a win right there.
Okay, is everybody set? Everybody thinks they've asked for what they want to ask for?
Hope so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's destiny
As
points.
prepared as you can be. And on that note, please roll your destiny roll, because we're going into a new arc.
Special rolls. Roll destiny. Oh, look, it automatically adds it.
Special rolls, roll destiny. Oh, look at me going.
Oh, son of a bitch. Thank God for Guido.
I rolled two light sides. I get to use those, right?
Thank God.
Oh, so I'm going to have some fun.
It's okay, guys. You can use the light sides.
It's all right, we'll be rolling it.
I feel like you've used it
anyway.
Yeah, I spammed them enough last session, so yeah.
Sorry, Nick.
I said we'll roll them at the start of the next session anyway. It's
no,
fine.
We're going to stop mid-session.
That's not how the rolls work, mate.
No, that's how I'm doing it, though. I'm in charge. Okay.
I'm the boss. Fuck you.
So I have two options for you. One, we can go and start doing the recon if you want to do that now, or two, we can stop and start afresh with it next week. It's up to you. It's 10 o'clock. We've still got some time if you want to, or if people want an early night.
Personally, I think it would be great if we could just get some recon in, because then we can do some planning offline during the week.
No worries. Okay, let's do that then. So, you guys grab all your equipment that you want to take with you. You update your player names underneath your cameras so you know who you're playing, because we've got new names. You head off to the Goose One, where Captain Soul says, right, come on then, gentlemen, we're going to Naboo. I haven't been there for so many years. And he walks back onto the ship and starts to fire up the engines. Richard?
So why not Lace?
Because Soul was the one that still had... I've got confused. Lace was rescued. Soul was the one that took you to... Nar Shaddaa.
Soul still has a ship.
Yeah, he still has his ship, yeah.
That's a good reason for it to be him.
Yeah. Sorry, Richard, you were going to say something?
I was just going to roleplay Remix saying, I've never been to Naboo. What's it like?
It's quite beautiful.
It was beautiful.
I look forward to seeing it. Anything's got to be better than Dathomir.
It really is.
So we then switch over to the cinematic of the ship lifting off from the pad, going up into the upper atmosphere, and jumps into hyperspace. A little bit of context of where... Oh no, I've lost it. Where's it gone? There it is. So we're on the red dot when it loads, and the boo. First one to find it can get a inspiration dice. Don't even exist. Someone pinged it. There it is. Yeah, well, I don't know where I found it. You can have an inspiration dice that doesn't exist in this system. Anyway, so we're going all the way out to the Naboo, which is on the other side of the galaxy. So you guys are in hyperspace. Oh, Richard's gone. You guys are in hyperspace for a little bit of time. during that time, Whisper will send a little bit more information as he can to you, but it's nothing that helps you out in terms of planning. He's just confirming that as far as he knows, the Dr. Limit beige is still there, and he's not heard any chatter on any channels at all on the galaxy that anything has been moved out of that area. So, smash cut to arriving in the Nubu system over the planet. So the planet is very green and wet. Lots of water, lots of trees. To Remix, who doesn't like flying in the best of places, there is too much green on this planet. There is too much green. So you can see that there is a shipyard in the upper atmosphere, Imperial controlled. They don't pay you any heed. You don't receive any calls for who are you. The ship sails down into Naboo, and Captain Soul lands it in one of the spaceports. He goes, I've told the landing control that I'm here on business. I'm here to buy and fill up my hold. So we shouldn't get any queries if I'm here for at least 4 or 5 days. I will go off and fill the hold up. I feel I need to make up for some of my failings, as it were. So I'll see you in a few days. Feel free to use the ship as your base. Don't get caught. And he'll walk off into the spaceport.
If we get caught, it won't blow back on you.
He just smiles, carries on.
How much time pressure do we have on this job? Is that it? 5 days, and we need to be out of here?
Well, he's saying that it's 5 days and he's gone. So, okay. Oren, time to speak up. What do you know about these prisons?
Yes, these prisons are temporary, and they tend to disappear after a short period of time, so we better get there 4 or 5 days anyway.
Disappear? What?
Yeah, they're temporary.
But do they just get
Like,
abandoned?
not permanent.
I know what temporary means. Thank you, Oren. I mean, that's fantastic. But do they just get abandoned, or when you say disappear, are they corporeally shifted to another area? How does it? What is this?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I can't really elaborate on that at the moment. I need to see a bit more.
It sounds like a logistical nightmare, to be honest. No wonder the Empire imploded so as long as the control was gone. I mean, all of that, just moving a prison around. How silly is that?
Doesn't sound like it's going to be heavily defended if it's only temporary. Should be easy to break in.
So Oren would know that when he means temporary and explains temporary, he means that the prisoners would be there one day and gone the next. The building may still be there, but everything, including staff and prisoners and stuff, have just been shifted.
So, do we know when they're shifting prisoners and how? Surely that's the time. Lame.
Okay, sounds like something I could figure out.
That might be a good idea, Guido, actually. If it's difficult to break into the prison, maybe we can get them en route, actually.
So,
I
go on, Andrew, sorry.
I was going to say, I think I could possibly pose as a guard and see if our target is even in there at the moment.
I trust Whisper's information. If he said our target is there,
But not
then
his,
they are there.
but not his
Was
inventory
there
package.
and is there now? Totally different thing.
You hear a voice from across the landing pit area. I forgot to show you, and you hear a whoop whoop as the ship opens up behind you, and inside the ship is all of the equipment that Whisper said, and there is a speeder and 3 speeder bikes that are in the cargo hold too. Having a quick look through there, probably Orin and Isar would maybe know what this is. You spot like a miniature spy drone in one of the boxes.
Oh. This could be useful.
Dispatch it immediately. Let's get what information we can.
Orin or Isar would respond with, the range is too far.
Oh, God damn.
Range is far. It's best. It's best one of us go undercover, and I think I have the best skills. I'll be able to contact you from inside if you help me get in. We just need to go to a nearby post and get some supplies. You know, the suits I've been mentioning.
I'm happy with this plan. Any objections?
No, sounds good.
If I don't make it out, by all means, come in with fire.
My only
I don't
suggestion,
do fire.
my only suggestion as a GM is you said recon, and then you haven't done any recon. So
This is part of the recon, right? Is sending someone in. So I figure what we're going to do is set
getting
up camp.
supplies.
Can we not at least go to the where the prison is supposedly meant to be, watch for like a couple of hours?
Yeah.
that's
Set
what
up
I thought
camp
you
outside
said
there.
recon, yeah. That's why I said here's the speeders.
Yeah, and then get someone inside for a day to just learn something. I think this is all a good plan.
How long will it take Oren to get the stuff?
So Orin is after a uniform, I believe, some form of credentials and bits and pieces. Maybe a day, 2 days in terms of trying to get that data. It's all black market material.
If there's a bar nearby that these guys frequent, then Lynn is down for like seducing the pants off one of these guys, and then we steal his freaking uniform, take him out for a couple of days, get Orem in on his place. You know, we've got backup plans. We can do this.
So, should we split the party? Guido and someone else go scout, to swap the building, and the other guys go into town.
Isar can run the drone, so maybe Guido and Isar go scout the place.
I was going to say split Lynn and Orin and Isar, Guido and Remux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Which side? Right. So it takes this way. So Isar, Guido and Remix takes you 3 hours approximately to travel from the city to the location of the prison. In that time span, Lynn and Orin makes contact with his network or the local network that he has in order to try and get the credentials. You do find a local bar where you see some Imperial officers going to in their grey uniform. Orin, you're blue, and there's not too many Chiss in the Imperial Army, with the exception of Admiral Thrawn, who happened to rise through the ranks pretty quick and things. So you know that you're going to have to disguise yourself well, if that makes sense, to do it. But there's people going to the bar. You see a bar, people go into them wearing Imperial uniforms. Up to you guys.
Oren, are you sure you can do this?
It's gonna be tough, but I think it's worth a try. The other way is just gonna make too much noise. But I don't think we should be seen together because it might give us away. Like, I think we should have each other's backs, but go in for drinks separately and see where we land up. If it's too difficult, we can always abandon this.
Agreed. And worst case scenario, if you get captured, you still learned something. Cool, let's do it.
Information is always important.
Okay. So you go into the bar. Who's going in first?
I always
Oren
go
can
second.
go in first. Okay, then I'll go first. I don't care. It doesn't matter who goes first or second, but Lynn makes an entrance.
Okay, I thought you might. So let's go with Lynn first, and then what that does is it creates a bit of a distraction, so Oren can sneak in, sort of behind without being noticed as much. So Lynn kicks open the Wild West doors that happen to be on the saloon, makes a large clatter of noise, and there she is, standing silhouetted in the daylight leading into this darkened tavern. It's a bit more upmarket than the one you previously frequented from Nar Shaddaa, and it's filled primarily with Imperial officers. There is the odd, what you'd class as local person wearing robes or shirts and things, but mostly Imperial officers. Approaching the bar, the bartender offers you, well, expensive drinks. He doesn't seem to be offering you anything that's under 40 credits a drink, which is very expensive for a drink. So, madam, what can I get you for your drink, please?
My good sir, it's only going to take me 2 or 3 minutes, and someone's going to offer to buy me a drink.
He sort of leans across the bar and goes, "I'll take that bet."
Sorry, what was that?
I'll take that bet.
Okay.
And he'll sidle off to the rest of the bar and start serving some other people, but he keeps sort of looking in your direction. After about 2.5 minutes, a young officer, probably too young for your taste. I know Lynn's quite young, but I'm talking an Imperial officer that's still probably in his teens with acne on his face and well, hello, madam. You're woof. Excuse me, that was very rude. Can I ask how much?
Would you like to buy me a drink?
Well, that depends on how much.
How much what? How much the drinks are?
No, don't play coy. We know we're both adults. And he tries to stand up a little bit straighter.
My good sir, you have me mistaken for a prostitute. Prostitutes would take your money and maybe give you a little fun. But me, I'll just give you the fun.
He sort of turns around to a group close by and goes, "She's not a prostitute. Okay. I think I could probably stretch to a drink." And he reaches in his pocket and pulls out like 40 credits, looks at it and goes, "One drink for the lady, please, sir." As the bartender comes back over, he goes, "That was pretty quick. Well done." And he slides another 5 credits across the bar to you. So, how long are you in town, madam?
Depends on how exciting everyone is.
Well,
I've heard there's a prison around here, and I've always had a thing for prison wardens. You don't happen to work at the prison, do you?
no, I missed that duty. That's a really easy job, if you ask me. They get more money than I can count being an officer doing a clergy job.
Yeah.
Maybe I should look for a transfer. Anyway, you mentioned fun, and they'll drift off into conversation with you about something. Oren, as you slide through the saloon doors that Lynn probably kicked open and showed to her, you kind of see Lynn at the bar, or close to the bar at that point. You kind of slot in and go to a booth by yourself in the corner, and you can see officers that are talking and drinking, and you can see some of the locals that are also doing the same thing. Nobody seems drunk or I'm trying to think of the word. Boisterous is the wrong word. Sorry, rowdy. There we go. Nobody seems drunk or rowdy. But there's quite a few people in this bar.
So I'm gonna slide up to that booth, like one that has sort of like a half finished drink that somebody's left, and I'm just gonna pretend it was mine all along. And I'm just gonna sort of like keep an eye out, like looking for somebody that might be slightly distracted, have a card sticking out, like, you know, I want the credentials. Like, I'm leaving the suit up to our friend with the boobs, but like I'm hoping to be able to sneak a card.
I have something. I'm not sure if you're going to like it. If you give me, I'll give you two options. If you give me a light side point, I'll have one of the officers mistake you for somebody and go down that route. Or you can try sleight of hand, stealth, whatever, in order to try and steal a card. It's up to you.
I think I'm gonna go with stealth.
Okay.
Just try and see. Stealth or skullduggery?
I think skullduggery is probably what you're really after.
Includes picking pockets and locks. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 green and a black with a. Is it a minus black? Maybe.
Yeah, that just means you get to remove a black if there is one.
So I'm definitely going to make this hard. You're in a bar full of people. There's lots of eyes, lots of things. So I would definitely say this is a hard check for you, sir.
No problem. So what did I say? That was 2 greens and a minus black. So 2 greens and 2 purples.
3 purples.
3 purples, sorry.
3 purples.
Man's
dear.
going to jail.
Okay, so you get caught. You pull on this. They're called code cylinders, actually, for the Imperials. You pull on this code cylinder that happens to be attached to a jacket. Unfortunately, the jacket comes with the cylinder, and as you pull it, trying to not yank it, that's the wrong way, but you're trying to sort of swiftly take it without being caught. Unfortunately, it pulls the chair that it's on and it scrapes across the floor, that horrible, and everybody in the immediate vicinity turn around to see you looking at this jacket and then close in on you and grab you. Lynn, you see Orin being marched out in binders of the bar.
Is there no way I can? No, yeah, okay.
No, as part of it, I'm just gonna like wink at you and just like I'm going easily. I'm not fighting. I'm not even like if I give up a fight, it's because I'm like you can see I'm pretending to put up a fight. So it's really not a bit thematic, but not very forceful.
I'm going to come back to you two shortly.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I
the other
may
two
as
are
well
hiding.
continue slightly with you, actually, because the other two aren't there. I just noticed 2 empty chairs. Okay, so Lynn, you see Orin being marched out, and he gives you this kind of cheeky wink, as if, you know, everything's going to plan. That's the last you see of Orin for the time. Orin, things don't go to plan. You have been arrested, but where you think you might be going to prison, you actually end up in the local police station for, well, Imperial, whatever you want to call it. You're literally thrown into the cell and you're left there for quite some time. So we're going to say 4, 5, 6 hours without anybody coming back to you. That's just to pass the time between these guys doing the travelling and back, because it takes 3 hours to get there and whatnot. Lynn, is there anything you want to... Well, as far as you're concerned, Lynn, his plans worked because he's got arrested and he gave you a wink. So there's no reason to think that he's in trouble. Well, he's in trouble, but, you know, in trouble. Like, where he's gone, if that makes sense.
I want to. Is there a difference in the uniforms of the people who work in the prison and the person I'm talking to, or they're all kind of wearing the same thing? It's just a matter of rank.
You haven't seen what the people in the prison are wearing, so you wouldn't know that.
Okay, I'll ask the guy because I was spinning a yarn about like I'm into correctional officers, you know, a little bit of domination, that type of thing, and I want to get him talking to see if there's a different uniform or anything like that.
I'm going to get you to use a not a coercion check, not persuasion check. What's the other one?
Charm.
Charm. Do it as hard, please, but add
Yeah,
a blue
sure.
dice because he's kind of infatuated by you ever so slightly.
Oh, so sweet.
Oh, okay. So you get out of him that the guards, the officers at the prison wear the standard uniform. The guards in there aren't your standard guards, so they don't wear stormtrooper armor. The threat is, though, over the course of that conversation that you're having him, he sort of gives you a lot of information, but then when you start probing a bit more, he starts reeling back, going, hold on, maybe I've actually said a little bit too much, and he'll eventually, good day, madam, and he'll walk away from you. Isar, Gida, and Rumax, over to you guys. So you travel on the speeder or /speeder bikes, doing whatever you want to take, and you travel for the 3 hours that takes you up to the area where the prison is. Slightly slow down before you get too close and make it obvious that you're going to there. Probably 400 meters away, there's a small hill or a small rise that Guido could perch up on, and you can look down into the prison. You can see that it's kind of in like a bowl. There is like a 400 meter kind of circle around this thing with a couple of roads coming in towards the prison. But basically, it's in the centre of something, so they can see all around with the guard towers. Perching up and using your scope, let's say that you guys have got binoculars as well. You can see, not binoculars, macro binoculars, whatever. You can see exactly how Whisperer described. There is 4 towers. There is ray shields, which are the red shields in Star Wars, that are between the towers, creating the gap. In the middle, you can see a tower. Obviously, it's just completely glass. Focusing your scope and things into the glass, you can see there's prisoners wearing orange outfits with tags on. You can see them of all different kinds of species. They're in there, and they're just walking around as if it's like an open thing. You stay there for a little bit of time, probably like I say an hour, 2 hours, whatever, and monitor, and then raise a hand to ask a question to the GM when he's paying attention.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt your
Okay.
flow. I meant like when there's a gap, I have a question. What's the race of Dr. Levitt Beige?
He's a large, fat human.
Large, fat human. And did we get to see a hollow of him or anything?
You
Or
did
we
see
just give him up?
him. He was wearing a eye patch and some headphones. The very first time that you went into Whisper's office, where he gave you the first mission, he was sitting on the side with like an old, dirty brown suit with a briefcase, and he was humming to himself.
Thank you.
So you would, I guess, yeah, we can have a hollow, so you'd be able to recognise him if you were looking. So, Gary, you got a question?
No.
So on the 3 floors that you can just see prisoners sort of walking about, mingling about, engaging. There is sofas, there is trees, plants inside. Like just looking through, you can see all these things going on. I think Nick's fallen asleep or his camera's frozen. Oh, that's right. He's just sat perfectly still for ages. So you can see all these people going up and down levels. They look like they were engaging. They're talking, reading books. It seems quite pleasant, really, looking into this glass box.
Gita remarks, "This looks like a pretty comfortable prison."
The tower blocks, you see them going up, and you see the guard houses at the top. You look through. There is large blaster cannons. Look like they're automated. They're on top of each of the towers. Looking into the towers through the small gap that you can, there is very clearly troopers that are in here. Gary, warfare check, please. From this distance, it's going to be hard.
If only I could find my warfare.
It's a knowledge skill over on the right-hand side down to the left side. Right-hand side down the middle page somewhere.
Gotta be hard, you say? 3 purples.
3 purples.
Let's go! Boom! Oh no.
Oh
2
no.
failures. Shit.
Okay. These look like stormtroopers.
Fuck.
That's what you're getting out of them. Okay. After
Whoops.
I'm going to come on to you, Nick, in a second with your stealth drone, if that's okay. If you're launching it, as you go. So after a couple of hours, you watch all of the prisoners. It's like some form of announcement. You see all the prisoners in the glass box, basically go down the stairs, go down the stairs, go down the stairs, and they disappear into the ground. And then you can't see anything for a good hour. At this point in the day, it's starting to get towards dusk, so it's getting later in the day. Nick, just jumping back while the guys are looking through their binoculars and watching. So you launch the stealth drone?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Connect it up to your data pad and control it as it sort of flies close to the prison. It gives you a bit of a different readout to what the other guys are seeing. So you can see the glass towers. You can see the actual towers themselves. The stealth drone is giving you information feeds on like electrical outputs. So you can see all the electrical wires and stuff moving between the buildings and the towers. It gives you a specification on the cannon, like, you know, as you hover it picks it up and whatnot. And what you see from your angle, being slightly up down, looking down through, you can see in the very bottom of the glass building in the middle is a concrete base where it sort of fades through like X-ray vision, shows you there's a couple of vehicles in there, and then you see a huge stairwell going down and down and down, too far for the visibility of this drone to penetrate.
There's a big fucking hole in the bottom of that. If you check the technical specifications of this prison, I think you'll find there is an underground facility that incurred from the air. This drone unfortunately does not have sufficient scanning capability.
Do you think there might be another underground entrance? ISA.
I don't know. As I previously mentioned, there is not sufficient scanning capability on this device to show underneath, and I can't make assumptions on incomplete data sets.
Can I have a hard computers check, Nick, to see if you'll be able to change the filter on this spy drone to pick up any other information? I know I've asked you to basically just pour some water on your back because it's your wheelhouse with computers.
Just need to check my skills to make sure there's not anything additional that I should be doing. Okay.
Wow.
That's all right, isn't it?
Which is, right, so you managed to, like, just while the drone's flying and hovering over the prison, reconfigure the optical input. And what you actually pick up is inside the fence, this electric ratio fence, you pick up 2 large air vents, which clearly are feeding the underground pool.
It appears we might be able to sneak into this facility through the die hard method.
John McClane.
Sorry, yes, we can use tactic JMC to gain entrance to the facility.
JMC, he's a legend. Okay. let's see how Andrew escapes next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
A little bit of
Dun, dun,
information about the
dun.
prison, a little bit of thing going on the other side, and then we'll tally up next week. Okay, good.
Gravy, baby.
Cool. Thanks, Dan.
Always.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks,
Dan.
everyone.
If you have any shopping that you wanted to do, like I said, just let's fix it up between next week.
Cool beans.
Roger, Roger.
Catch you later, guys.
See you later.
Roger, Roger.
Bye.